Have we been talking to nothing? God
Well,
damn
great.
it!
Have we all been talking into the void?
God damn
Not
it!
only
Oh,
that,
there we
but
go. I fixed it.
Felix, the bar's on the top.
I
still.
fixed it.
Oh, never mind. We're good.
No? Okay. I think we were
Yeah.
talking. Did anybody hear us at all?
Everybody, we were talking to ourselves completely,
Yeah.
but we're
Cool.
all good now. It's been
Cool.
fixed.
Awesome. Okay,
Yep.
confirm.
Okay, do that amazing intro,
Yeah.
the most amazing intro you've ever done. Just do it again.
Yeah, I can't believe that
We
you told
did a
everyone
four-
about the sheep and you were muted.
We sang a song.
Oh God! Yeah, bro got into song right in front of everyone because I would have loved that.
No.
Anyway, so hello
Do
everyone.
you want me
God,
to
I hope-
summarize now? Because you don't have to do it a second time.
No, it's fine. It's fine because everybody had to wait and listen to nothing. So hello, yeah, we're doing a live stream. I hope I'm not talking to the void anymore, but yeah, we decided we're going to be doing a watch party instead of the norm, which is usually me just drawing and chatting and chilling, and we talk about the episode. But instead, we're gonna watch the episode, and we're all gonna cry and suffer together.
Emotional damage.
Yeah. So, you see, the beauty of this is we've had 5 years to process these emotions and this session.
Yeah.
You guys just figured out about this session.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're just in the back being like, yeah.
First time here?
Yeah, first time.
Yeah, first time.
Yeah, first time. So, yeah, we're going to be chatting through this entire watch. So if you want to watch this episode without us talking and stopping the episode and, talking over the parts you like, this is not the stream for you, as we will be chatting a lot.
In other words, if you haven't watched the latest episode, get out of here.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out
You
of
know-
here.
And watch the anime.
Yeah, watch the anime adaptation. Yeah, let's do small housekeeping before we start. One is that the next episode, episode 31, is written. I'm going to be recording it next Wednesday, I think. But the animation for it's not going to start until after June 17th because I'm going on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my dad. We've been planning this vacation for a long time, so we're gonna go for from the 4th till 17th. Yeah, so I'll be
on vacation because you never take vacations.
I never go on vacation. So this is the first one in like
Many years.
Many years. I
So you
can't
can all
remember.
stop yelling at Dingo to take a break.
Yeah.
She
So
finally listened after like
Finally.
5 years. She listened.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be on vacation, and yeah, so the actual animation probably won't start until like the 20th. Usually takes me a couple days to chill out after vacation.
Post-vacation vacation.
Yeah, well, everybody knows that feeling of like
Yeah.
you leave and then you come back and you're like, I need a vacation from my vacation. So yeah, that won't start, but I'm gonna be starting then, and hopefully I want to get the next episode out end of July, beginning of August, because Gen Con is coming. And
Right.
yeah, and
We're
that's
gonna
the
be
first
at Gen
week.
Con.
Yeah, we're gonna be at Gen Con. Though I'm
Yeah.
not. Yeah, so the thing about Gen Con is that we don't really have a panel. Yeah, that didn't work out. Right now I'm trying to see if we can get a signing at a booth, but right now it's up in the air. I'm gonna keep everybody posted on social media about that. Yeah, so
Anybody listening works for Gen Con.
Eyebrows up and down.
Yeah, so we're gonna be going there for a bit. So I would like to get it out before I go, but I'm not gonna stress myself out. If the worst comes to worst, I just do when I get back. It's fine. Any other housekeeping? I don't think so.
1 month to go until the book release.
The book.
The book.
book.
Campaign setting
book.
end of June.
Yeah, and some other surprises.
Oh yeah, there's a whole. We haven't talked. Oh
Nope.
We haven't told anybody.
Nope. So that'll be a surprise.
Many surprises.
Yes.
We have
Fools
like
Gold 3,
several
the 5
ones.
claimers.
Oh, yeah.
The 5 claimers.
What Godric calls his people the 5 claimers because they're better.
Oh, the mine are better. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I think that's all we got going on. And I hope everybody's, having a good day and ready for the pain.
Join us, will you? While we
Yeah.
relive one of the most traumatic moments of our campaign.
Oh,
Suffer
yeah.
alongside us.
Summer alongside us. We had 5 years to get over this.
How are y'all doing?
Yeah. These wounds are fresh. All right, let's go.
Shall we get
Let's
into
do
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The audio should work. I'm pretty 99% sure it's gonna work this time.
Yeah, let's test it and then see what the chat says.
Yeah, okay.
This video is sponsored by Pain and Misery.
Just making sure that you guys can hear that. Let me know in chat.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. AKA me. Okay. Let's just jump into it. Now let's recap. So Sips got an extra 5% curse. Jack and Masika had emotions along with knives. Oh, okay, no. We checked out the other 4 claimers, which was not
knives.
fantastic,
Yeah.
as their leader was kind of a complete psychopath, to no
Just a
surprise
little.
at this point.
Spooky four
Then
claimers.
Erina decided to cause that
Oh, 4
sweet,
claimers.
sweet
Oh.
drama,
Oh,
which
Those
led to
rascals.
a breakdown, and finally, Gothi successfully pulling Zanu's crystal out of Sips's head.
Oh, we got someone in chat
To the
asking for
group's
introductions
surprise.
to the hosts.
As the scene
Oh.
starts with everyone.
Pause.
Yeah. That's something we don't normally do.
Oh, sorry. I guess I
Everyone
should've
kind of.
We just
We've done this so
kinda
many times, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm Dingo.
Nice
Just so you guys
introduction.
know.
she's the dingo. She's the doodles.
I
she
am
is Dingo
Dingo.
Doodle.
Miss
Mrs.
Doodles.
Doodles.
Miss
Yeah.
Doodles.
Yeah, I am Dingo. And
And
then
then
we
there's
have
Felix
Felix.
Doodles.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's a
Mr.
me,
Doodles.
the Felix.
Mr. Doodles.
Yep.
Then
then-
we have Gothi.
Hello.
Yep. And we got Erina.
Hey!
It's like such a dude voice. It's so funny. This is like, hello.
Oh, sorry. Hey!
No,
Am I supposed to be speaking like this for the rest of the stream?
no, we're good. But yeah, we got unfortunately we couldn't get Julian Gorthan's players here today. But they send love or anything. It's up to you guys.
Sure. I mean, if you can find me at Dynabees on Twitter, like DYNABEEZ or Z, I guess if you're American. I mostly just doodle funny vampires or funny D&D stuff.
And
Yes.
you can find me on Twitter at space_shark with a key. And yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun time.
All right. Well, thank you, chat, for reminding me of that, because I definitely would have not done that. So thank you. All right. Back to pain. Let's go.
Also, oh god, it's lag apparently.
Oh no.
Cuts
Oh
out.
We're professionals. We know what
I'll
we're
just give it a
doing.
moment. Before I start again, I'm just gonna wait a moment.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I had
That's
any
fine.
major updates running.
Maybe it's the tech goblins. They're here from Rob's channel.
I'm just gonna disable some of my other stuff just in case.
You're not running programs in the background, are you?
Well, Steam might have been running.
Are you fucking?
Are you coding?
I'm not in the background.
Felix is running Unreal in the background.
Oh my god.
No.
Are you sure?
I am sure. Okay,
Okay.
there. It should be better now. I just disabled a ton of stuff. Okay, people are saying it's good. Also, shout out Robert Hartley is in the crowd.
Hey, Rob.
All right, let's get back into it.
Completely still. The crystal
Right to the good
floats
part.
above Sips's head for a moment. Till Gothi grabs it with a small bag from her waist, making sure not to physically touch it. You and I are gonna have a little talk. Gothi? And then it starts. Sip stands there, frozen.
Everything's fine.
Gothi
That's
didn't
fine.
know.
This is
He's just
fine.
having a moment.
Yeah.
Hey,
He has to sneeze.
hey, you're okay. No one told her.
Look in the
Trying
lights.
to-
Not Zana.
Real hard to
Okay.
keep it in.
And especially
You pause it for a
not Sip.
moment.
Of course.
Okay, I want to just say that, like, okay, before we get into everything, in the campaign, we had no fucking clue what was gonna happen.
Yeah. Everyone's wondering
Yeah.
why. Everyone was wondering why Gothi would ever decide to do this. We
Yeah,
did not know. We did not know this was going to be the consequence Felix had waiting for us around that corner.
no. In the series, I built up the mechanics. I told you guys how this works because we didn't know how this works. We were just playing. We didn't care. We were just like, yeah, sure, whatever, Curse and Zanu, whatever. But we didn't actually know anything about how it worked. So the reason I built the mechanics the way it was is because I knew the outcome of everything. I knew what was going to happen. I knew all this stuff. You have to understand this campaign's been done since 2018. So I knew everything. So I've been building it for you guys so that you guys can make your own conclusion on what's going to happen. But when we played the session, we all were like, what does that mean? What do
What's
you
that?
mean? What does that mean you took it out? Like, what happens? So there was a lot of panic at the table just from that of just like, what's gonna happen? I don't know what's gonna happen. And even you, Felix, you didn't know. You were just like,
I'm just along for the ride.
Everybody's still saying
Mhm.
it's very, very laggy, and I'm hearing people recommending that we reload.
No, the people need to reload.
People need to reload.
I'm not going to restart the stream. That's fine. I turned
Okay.
off like some background stuff. It should
Okay.
get better.
are they?
Apologize for that.
Yeah, okay. People refresh. Oh no.
Yeah, it's the lag's been fixed. You just if you guys are still lagging, just hit refresh on your stream. We should be good with that.
Concerning.
Most people are saying it's fine. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Maybe it's not even our fault. Maybe it's YouTube's fault.
I just checked it on the YouTube, and I wasn't hearing anything.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Sorry.
Just refresh.
Kids who are wrong.
No, just
So-
refresh people.
Where were we at? Oh, yeah.
Panic and let's go.
Panic. Okay, here we go.
But he knew. Sips knew what was about to happen. Because without Zanu, he was alone. And there was nothing he could do to stop it. It starts with a laugh. And then another. That quickly turns
My dad
into
is
pain
listening to the live stream right now.
as the curse starts
Hi, Dad.
to take over. 67%.
Here to watch a murder monkey.
69.
Yeah.
70, 71,
Ooh,
72,
wait.
73.
Wait, hold on.
74, 75.
I like this better when Mom
77,
Psycho did it. It was a lot less
Just
scary.
hold on a second. 81, 82. We're not doing this.
Some people were
Gothi, I don't
asking
still have
if
my
Felix
powers.
actually counted.
We're not
And
fighting
he,
him.
he didn't. This
No,
is
I
me
just-
adding
I'm
tension.
not gonna do it again.
I don't think we
I
can.
just took
I
a
do remember
character
yelling at
sheet
Felix
away.
at the table,
I
being like, "No,
refuse."
stop everything."
1.
Dingo's a different kind of
100.
evil.
Yeah.
Gothi. Does
That's my favorite shot.
Such a good shot.
27 hit you? Yeah. But good. As that'll be 34 points
So
of
crunchy.
damage
So very crunchy.
Mhm.
Yes.
for the first hit. Dodge, dodge.
Crunchy potato.
I love how
17
emotionless
points.
you did
Marina's
that
steel
first
ball
hit.
hits Sips across the face. However,
It's like, no, this is
Heal.
business.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
By the way, I'm not going to
Love
pause
that.
the scene. It's
coming
way too
in
good.
quick,
We can talk about
jumping
it
high,
afterwards if we need
and
to.
ready to
talk.
strike.
All right.
Jawbone attacks, taking Sips down, but just
I don't think there's anybody
for a
objecting
moment.
to watching
With
this
Jawbone
more than
summoned
once if we have
and her
to.
spear drawn,
Mhm.
Gothi ends her turn. So, top of the order. You see, this isn't a normal combat encounter. They're not fighting for experience points, glory, or even defeating some.
Well, and this was
obscure
storyboarded by you,
big
right,
bad.
Avery?
No,
yeah,
this fight
yeah,
is different.
Dingo was kind
This
enough to
fight
ask
feels
me to
real.
storyboard the
It feels
fight
more
scene.
uncertain than ever. Because you see,
So
this fight
this was me,
is for survival.
and then Dingo was kind
Disengaged
enough
from
to
the
put up
fight.
with my ideas.
Arena runs and watches from the sidelines,
So
feeling
good.
helpless with no magic
You did such a
and
good
no
job.
real plan.
Absolutely, you did.
So, got any ideas? Gothi manages to catch her breath for a moment. Just for a moment. Hit, hit. 23 points. Next, a critical hit.
from Erina, who pelts Sips with rocks. Then, Jawbone comes in. Gothi, did you see it? I totally got him! I got him! And then Jawbone goes out. This is it. Gothi's going to die if she doesn't do something quick. She swings her spear, rolls a critical. Yeah. Fail. And then Sips just completely stops. So
Moving.
tasty.
Very tasty.
His body frozen and stiff like solid stone. Just staring and becoming eerily calm. The air is still as the moment feels like it lasts way too damn long. As it seems the fight is over? Yeah, I don't trust that. So
Felix
Gothi
had to go
restrains him and
pee.
finds.
So, did you guys want to talk about your process for making that fight
Yeah.
scene?
Yeah, let's go.
Well,
Hmm?
do you want to start or me?
No, I could start. Go back to the start. Yeah, let's go right. Yeah,
It's around here somewhere.
yeah, clicky. Because
Eh.
because your animation started when Erina goes, "Oh, good, love that." Like
Yeah.
that was when you started it.
Yeah.
And pretty much the idea for the fight was that I knew I'm not good at fight scenes. Right off the bat, I was like, I don't have the brain for this at all. I'm very like flat when it comes to my brain. When flat brain,
Your brain.
when it comes to animation, I just can't think in 3D space very easily. So I was like, okay, I need help, and I'd been planning to get help for this for like years because I knew this was coming, right? And I was like, when this comes, I want it to be really cool. But I was like, I don't know who the fuck I'm gonna get to do that. I don't know. I had a couple people in my head, but then as the date get closer and closer, I was like, nah, I don't know. I think I'll figure it out. And then you did the intro.
Yeah, I surprised you with the intro that I made over Christmas break.
Yeah, because you showed me that intro. January.
The second week of January, because the first week of January you guys were too sick.
Yes.
Yeah.
To hang out, so I had to like suffer for another week. Like,
I think you gave me previews, and they were really nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was getting so antsy.
Yeah, you wanted to show us so bad, and then you did. You showed us, and you had us sit down and watch it, and I cried. And I loved it so much. And then, of course, like after that, I thought, well, fuck, like, why don't I just like hire you to do it? And then you were like, yeah, sure. And then as we got closer and closer, it was like, it's coming. You still up for it? And you're like, yeah. And then eventually it was like, all right, we're fucking doing this. Let's do it. And I had the song. I had the song for like 3 years. It's like I had this song for a very long time I wanted to use. I knew that was the song. And I knew where I wanted my animation to end, which was the hit or the miss hit, 17 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then the hit from Erina, I was like, okay, I know how to get up to that point. But then after that, it's kind of like, all right, I'm just going to give you this sound, this music. Just go ham. My biggest thing is that, Gothi Spear has to break. When or where is determined by you. And at the end, when the music starts to slow down, he has to slow down. Because we know how that he slows down. Yeah, so that was pretty much my criteria. Along with that, I wanted to make sure that Gothi and Erina both had cool moments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Had to be balanced.
Yeah,
it was really cool to see what you did with a depowered Erina, because like the level of desperation that you brought to her, combined with like the confidence, really showed through the animation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you. And I mean, Dingo also made sure that Erina was looking cool in all of those moments too. Erina was just being scrappy in this scene mostly. She was just like, well, I'm really good at throwing things, and there's a lot of rocks everywhere, so I guess I'll use those.
Yeah.
But Yeah, Dingo basically gave me music, and I had about a minute and a half of room to work with, and you basically would just like do whatever. You were just like, okay, go. And the other pointer you left for me was that this fight was about like Sips is handily kicking everybody's butt in this fight, and they are just they're barely able to stay on their feet around him.
This is all about survival.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of just let me go ham on it. And I remember like being kind of like, for within the first couple days being worried that I was going to accidentally like overshoot things, because sometimes I get really excited and then I'll do like what I call like, like peeling out in the parking lot, just like, and I drive off and then nobody can catch up with, because I get the wrong impression for like our projects like this and I'll get too excited. So I was constantly checking with you like I'm not going to, like, this is fine, right? Like, and you were just like, yeah, do whatever, because you knew that you would. Now I'm watching the animation again. By hook
I'm
or
just
by
playing it in
crook,
the background to keep people
Yeah.
entertained.
Yeah, by hook or by crook, we would figure out how to do this. But it was funny because like I would do like maybe 20 seconds of this, maybe about a day, because it's a lot of finagling, especially because I was working out the timing. But every time you and I would stop and look at these things and look at each other and be in the same room watching some of the storyboards, it was like we were we would just get more and more excited.
Yeah. Yeah, we were hyping each other up so much.
It was great to
really-
watch you guys work. It was just so fun.
This felt like one of those Dragon Ball fusion things where it's just like, because I don't know if we'd ever really worked collaboratively on a project before.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Not so immediately. You guys, I think, wrote together, but you haven't. That wasn't
Yeah.
the first whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, this was like immediate turnaround, just like immediate like running around to each other's rooms back and forth screaming, and then running back to our desks excited.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the whole process, I mean it took you were doing about 20 seconds a day. And I was doing 20 seconds a day next to you.
Yeah.
So like
she gave me a heads up and then started running up behind me, and I'm just like, oh god, she's
I'm
gonna
catching
catch up with me.
Yeah. It was pretty much just like we would I just gave you a day head start, and then I would just keep animating behind you, and I would be there at the office until like 6 or 7 at night, because I was just like, I have to get done my 20 seconds at least, because my norm is a minute a day, but I knew that for this it was gonna be 20 seconds a day. So we got this done in about,
I think it was maybe a week.
4 to 5 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was about 5 days of solid work.
Mhm.
And that's why
then-
she didn't animate the mech dragon fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, and I even wanted to insert a joke later on, but I didn't. Where it's later on in the video where Erina fights off the mechs, and I was like, no, I'm gonna animate that whole fucking thing. Like, give me a break. That's my favorite shot.
That is my favorite shot
Yes.
It's the pillar. That's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Oh,
It
God.
gets with the music. I remember showing you that in the sketches, and you just being like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
When and you were just like, yeah, he's learning. Yay!
yeah." I was
So-
like, he's thinking through the entire fight. Like, he is totally unhinged and monstrous, but he's not a dumb animal. He's actually he's capable of complex thought in these moments.
It's
So
like ultra
this whole
instinct
thing,
sips.
this whole scene with Erina talking to Jabba, and I just kind of put that in there, and then you decided what she would be saying in that moment. That but Jabba and like looking at her and being like, and lifting her ears up was something that I'd drawn in because I thought it'd be cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, actually, like all of this, there wasn't any, like, we didn't know what she was gonna say when she came in,
Yeah.
and then when she got out. And also the dialogue that I use in the background of like, Gothi's gonna die. She's got to do something quick. Critical fail. Like that was all later. We didn't actually know what the dialogue or any of the actual script for this was going to be, because I didn't know what you were going to make.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of figure. I was like, I want that in the fight. It's like this isn't a normal fight. This is about survival. Like that was
what I really wanted in that script. So
It
I'm
sets
glad I
the
could.
mood.
I'm glad I could sync it up with the pillar hit. I was like, oh, that's so good.
For people who are
Oh,
in the
the lag
YouTube
is
chat
back.
who are talking about lag, some of it is Felix is pausing stuff too.
Well, no, the audio is apparently cutting out though. Like when they can't hear us anymore.
God damn it.
But
Should we?
I checked my settings. There's nothing else I can do on my end right now.
We can't like come back and go like figure it out. Like, is it
Not
gonna?
really.
Yep,
Uh,
I think it's got to be YouTube.
It could just be that our internet today decides to blow.
But this should all be able to be uploaded later. And
I don't
Yes, it
know.
will.
The lag won't be there.
I have no idea.
Oh shit. Are you sure we can't like get out of it and then go back
It
in?
won't make a difference.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because it's the same setup. It's the same program, same internet connection. So we're best.
Okay.
It's back to normal. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
And the last thing I'll say about the fight before we move along is that for the entire fight, Gothi is not trying to hurt Sips. Like
Mhm.
all of her attack moves, all of her spells that she's casting, even Jawbone isn't actually trying to hurt Sips. So it's even at the very, very end where she's coming in with her staff, she's going to use the back end of the staff,
Yeah.
not the sharp end. She actually is you can see when she makes that pause right before she launches forward to attack him, that she's aiming to hit him with the back end of her stick.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that thing where like she's trying very hard not to hurt him, and he is trying very hard to kill her.
Yes, Sips was going to murder. Full murder
Mhm.
mode.
Yeah,
Mhm.
full
Yeah,
murder monkey
and-
mode.
And thank you to everybody who's compared this to like Full Metal Alchemist. Like Jesus.
Oh, the honor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
that's
couple
huge.
people have mentioned that, and I'm like, wow, that's such a cool comparison and a high honor I don't think I deserve. But also, like, I'm happy because you love Full Metal Alchemist, Dingo.
Yeah,
And I
I do.
and I love it too. So that I think not unconsciously that was something I was kind of working into the story, as well as some Avatar. I think there's definitely some Avatar stuff.
Yeah. I saw a few people.
Last Airbender people.
Yeah.
Last Airbender. What are we, monsters?
Yeah.
I saw a few people asking about some of the like details of the fight. I can provide a few of them. How like I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I played Sips, right? I didn't make you.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
'cause-
wasn't at all in control. As soon as he went to 100%,
I took your
I
sheet.
gave you the sheet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you didn't actually like, I don't think you had his stats. You were just kind of going it by the fly.
I had a few stats for him actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because he was just like, he's like a god of chaos at this point. Like, that's
Pretty
his whole
much.
thing. Is that he's just like, he's really fucking powerful and he's just chaos incarnate. That's his entire thing.
Yeah, spread as much deadly chaos around as possible.
Mhm.
And also, someone was asking if this was like a surprise or if this was like pre-planned or pre-discussed.
No.
And no, this was
No.
a surprise.
Everybody was surprised, including Felix.
Mhm.
Yeah. No,
Bold
I
of you
think-
to assume that the chaotic party doesn't induce chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we do.
Yeah.
No, everybody was surprised, and that's what made it such a good fight, such a good moment.
Yeah, and even in the campaign, we didn't have an epic fight like this. Like we added a lot of stuff to this fight
Mhm.
because it's like we didn't plan for this shit at all.
No.
We didn't have anything ready, and now that I knew what was coming, I could plan as a writer how to make this as satisfying as possible.
Yeah.
Well, you
Well,
didn't think this would go any further than the first episode,
Nope.
right?
Nope.
Nope.
Everything since the first episode is unexpected.
Mhm.
Yep. Just like the sessions.
Shall we keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any
Body
last
frozen
things on the fight? I
and
don't
stiff,
think so.
like solid
Also, thank you to
stone.
everybody. I've been seeing
Just
some small donations here and there in
staring.
the YouTube. I'm sorry
Oh,
that
wow.
we haven't been able
eerily
to like.
calm. The air is still.
We
as
haven't
the
made
moment
any
feels like it
shout outs,
lasts.
but thank you to everybody
way
that's been
too
donating.
damn
That's so
long.
kind of you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
As it
thank you. 'Cause this
seems
is
the
gonna go
fight
right into the
is-
next episodes.
Over?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
So Gothi restrains him with vines. And rocks.
Burrito.
Was ridiculous.
Time out. Rock burrito.
But I'm at a burrito. Calm down a bit.
Too close.
With some health potions and a moment to take a breath, Gothi and Erina make a plan. First, Gothi tries to
I love
cast a
that
charm
shot.
person
Yeah.
on Sims, which goes wild.
Such a stupid
Yeah,
shot.
looks like if you cast anything affecting his
smile
body or mind,
gets me.
it just instantly goes wild. Isn't that fun? Anyway, so instead,
fun.
charm person, they get chains? Yeah, the spell constricting chains. I mean,
Do we want to
it
talk about how that was like,
works.
I had to figure this shit out?
Sure, if you want.
Sure, go for it.
So, okay, like going back to the fight, because you were just going ham and having fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
In the original, Gothi kind of just wrapped him up in vines. It wasn't rock. But then we were like, wait, hold on. In the fight, he's destroying rock like it's nothing. We
Yeah,
gotta
he's ripping through it
actually-
like paper, so there's no way Gothi would be like, vines will hold him. Sure.
He'll be fine.
Like, no, we'll just, yeah. So we had to like actually think, okay, then how the hell could we actually restrain him? That would make a logical sense of like, okay, maybe charm person. I'm like, wait, fuck, his whole body's like a wild magic fucking thing right now. You can't actually cast anything on him like that affects his body or his mind. So it's like, well then what the fuck? So yeah, and then I was like, well, it would go wild. And I was like, okay, well, what would benefit? It's like, okay, some chains or something like that. It's a little behind the curtain, but it's fine. It's one of those things where we were just like, how do we solve this problem where it makes sense? And it's like,
That way, no one
makes
Yeah.
That
comes
makes
up to you at a
sense.
convention and is like, excuse me, in episode 23.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, technically the spell only lasts X amount of rounds, but fuck that. I don't care.
Oh, we just
Mhm.
play a bit loose with it.
It's also like a wild magic spell. It doesn't matter. It's just one of those things. It's like, yeah, it lasts permanently or something.
Yeah, speaking of fudging like spells, like when Felix, you're doing those like DM things, you could do an entire thing about how we always screw with how long a spell actually takes to cast and how long a spell actually lasts for.
Well, that's
Mhm.
mostly in the other campaigns, actually. In my campaign, I was pretty on the ball with that.
They're pretty good with it.
Yeah, I didn't
Mhm.
fudge that much at all.
Yeah, we used a lot of spells that were instantaneous.
Mhm.
We didn't actually have
Ah.
anything that had rituals because I found that all our spells were not ritual. The only
3.5
so-
is a little more generous.
Mhm.
that's true. 3.5 is more generous. So
Yeah, the spell constricting chains. I mean, it works. With that, now they can get a closer look at him. It's strange, though. He's breathing, but it's like nothing's there. Maybe he's like
Having a moment.
brain
Mhm.
fighting the curse or something?
brain fighting.
Hopefully.
Get him!
We need to help Jack and Masika, though. Oh,
This is the
right.
last scene I also
Totally
animated.
forgot. Can you handle that?
Oh,
In this
them-
episode.
Not coming.
Okay.
Jawbone will guard Sips.
Yeah, one
But
thing
I
that
need
people
to do
don't
some
realize is that a lot of stuff is animated out of order.
Negotiating.
Yeah, it's
couldn't that
like
Zono
sometimes
guy,
I just don't know what they're
take
actually going to
control
say,
of Sips's
Mhm.
body?
or I have to change
How do you
things.
know he won't do the same to you? Well, I did.
Or I'm too
think of
tired. I'm
that.
like, no,
So,
I'm not doing
Erina,
this scene. Fuck you.
Yeah,
I
not,
need
not this
you.
one. We'll move on.
to time
Yeah.
to a
Sometimes
treat.
you don't have to do things chronologically. Like
No.
Meanwhile,
on the other side,
you
Jack,
can do the
Masika,
fun
and
parts
Sneeze
first,
are in a
and then when you
standoff
feel like
with
getting
three
up to the
very
heavy
murderous
stuff and the boring
raptors
stuff, you can go back
circling
to do that
them.
later.
Masika has
Also,
a broken
pause
arm
for a
and
moment.
is carrying a
Sure.
In
hurt.
this terrible frame. I did love how, like, through all the chaos, you were like, "Can you tie me to a tree?" I thought that was so funny.
that was one of those things that was like pulled verbatim from the campaign of me turning to Rena and being like, okay, I'm gonna need you to tie me to a tree.
Yeah, we were all like, "What?" You're like, "Yeah,
Like, no, I got this, guys.
You said so.
It's like a druid thing. Tie me to the tree.
tie me to the tree." I thought that was just so funny because we were just like, because in the original, like, it was like, "All right, vines, jawbone. All right, now tie me to a tree," and it's like, what?
Excuse me.
Yeah, excuse me.
Gothy logic.
Yeah.
It'll align her chakras or something. Druidy, whatever.
All right.
An unconscious Sneeze. Yeah, it's not great, and poor panic Jack is just trying to keep it together, protecting everyone
Poor
with
Jack.
his no fighting skills.
He's trying his best.
I need
Yeah.
you to use my
This
crossbow.
isn't dating Sim Jack. He's not strong in this one.
Jack,
Yeah.
we can only fight
Jack
our way
needs a
out of
special
this.
award
I've
for
never
like the
fought
boy you
anything
are. Like
before,
Jack
except, like,
consistently is.
I don't know,
What is the
pinata
the
in
term?
5th grade or something.
Anxious?
And it was a close
No,
fight.
like
Well,
bad.
I hope
like
this pinata was a worthy
his-
foe.
he's-
Now fight or we die.
I'm mixing up
Pinatas are not a good
boxing
comparison
and
to
batting
robot
metaphors, but
dinosaurs.
something of like
Shoot.
batting over your
Okay.
average.
Jack raises up the
what
crossbow.
it is?
Oh,
aims
like
at the
hitting over
raptor,
your
takes
belt
a
or
breath,
like limit or
Yeah.
pulls the
something. There's
trigger,
like a,
Yeah.
a weight
Yeah.
thing.
This
He's in the deep end.
Jack has like amazing survivability.
It's durable.
But the bolt.
He's tenacious. He's
He may
rapid.
have weak arms, but his legs.
How much do resurrection scrolls
He's like a
cost again?
cockroach.
Oh, don't worry. Arena's
I love the raptor eyes on this one.
I realized
there
that
were
I
now.
accidentally, like, just twice in this episode, Erina gets
Hit.
run over by a creature because it happened with Jawbone in the fight.
So
Yeah,
well,
because
what
I
are
animated
these
this scene
scrolls?
before you animated the fight
round
scene.
after
Yeah.
round.
Yeah,
raptors
yeah,
keep
and
He's
I-
wearing a
fixing
brain
this.
cell.
The others
And I
agree
wanted
to
just a
defend
way of getting
themselves
Erina and
desperately
Jawbone out of
without
that
magic.
scene really quickly in order to have that one last stand up between Gothi and Erina, or Gothi and Sips. So it's like, yeah, you get whumped by Jawbone. Sorry.
Why do
I would
people
also
keep
like to address
telling
a
me these
comment
things?
on the video itself.
Jack takes
So there's a
Arena's
part in
ring
JoJo
and
Part
places
7
it
where
onto
the
a
steel
crossbow.
ball guy
No.
fights
To aim
raptors.
Oh my
near
God.
Erina
Oh
And
my
I was
God.
smiling the
He
entire
raises the
time.
crossbow, aims,
God, I hate
and-
JoJo so much.
It's like The Simpsons. It's already been done.
Doesn't count then.
Yeah.
Hmm.
oh my god. You did finally hit something though.
That
Oh
was
my God.
not- Erina grabs her ring along with the bolt. Ow. Sorry. She puts the ring back on and transforms to a butt-kicking magical girl who pretty much
Love that transformation.
demolishes the raptors
Absolutely.
after a
Old
few
footage.
rounds.
Well, I was gonna
Reuse.
say, like, it works because Magical
Few
Girl
health potions
anime
are
uses
taken,
stock footage,
healing
right?
up the group,
Yeah.
True.
but leaving Sneeze.
Wait, does that mean we get like one super high quality animation that Dingo's gonna make so she can keep reusing it?
What? That was it. You saw it.
Yeah.
Still unconscious. So now all they can do is keep him safe. Thanks for the help, but what happened to Sips and Gothi? Well, Sips became a horrible murderous monster who almost killed us all, but we fixed it, kinda. And Gothi is talking to a god while being tied up to a tree.
We kind of stopped the murder monster.
Maybe I'll just
Yeah.
stay on this
Kind of
Just a
under
bit.
control.
Kinda.
Back
Yeah, so I
at
was
the
like, I'm
tree.
just gonna stay.
Gothi takes
over
in a
here.
breath, and while concentrating on
I mean,
the
kind of
crystal
par for the
embedded in
course.
her
It's as
hand,
controlled as we
she
usually have
says-
things.
We need to talk.
Gothi's
Motions
vision
part 2,
goes
here we
dark.
go.
As a feeling of
Motions
numbness
boogaloo.
overcomes her. She finds herself standing in a black void. Not alone. Zanu, how dare
My God.
You. After all the four claimants have done to us, why did you stop me? They ruin everything they touch, and yet you would rather save them. No. I'm saving you.
Such a good
Yet
scene.
you are my enemy, and
That
you're a
line's from your
hypocrite.
comics.
Having this false sense of righteousness.
Oh yeah, I did
Taking
like
out a monster
mini
while you
comics
slowly
after
become
some
one.
sessions or stuff.
They have no
of,
empathy
like,
and do horrible things.
you know,
Yet you
leaning
have
into the
empathy
angst of,
and are
of
about
moments
to
like
do
that,
the
and that
same.
was when I sent
Which
to Dingo
one's
about line, and it had
worse?
that line of like,
It's
I'm not
not
saving
the
them, I'm
same!
saving you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it yourself.
So that's what this kind of is
They will
all about for
extract the sun.
Gothi. Is
They
like
will do it again.
it's not about the
Others
four
will suffer
claimers
over
in this
and
scenario.
over again.
It's
It
about
doesn't have to be that way.
it's
Stop
not about whether or not the four
being
claimers
so
deserve
naive. You're
or
in
need
denial
even
and
to
believing
be
they aren't a
stopped.
threat.
Because
I
it's kind
know
of like
they are a
when we
threat.
were in the session way back actually at the table.
I'm pretty sure my face
Yeah,
is a good
you know, it's like they
representation
weren't-
of that. So don't you be
they
so
weren't
naive
doing
in
anything
thinking,
inherently
I don't
totally
know.
wrong at the time when
Yet
we
you
visited
still
them.
defend.
But
Because
it
I
being
don't
Felix
want
as
a
the DM,
genocide.
we knew
There's no
that if
coming
we left
back
them
from
alone,
that.
Felix was gonna have them come back, and
Will not
it was gonna be
come
probably
back
something that was gonna come back
from
and bite us in
that.
the ass.
Consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felix, do you want to pause? Like,
Sure.
let's talk about this stuff because it's hard with the voices at the back, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
So like Gothi's decision here to be like, no, I don't want this. I don't want you guys to do this. Was not about whether or not the Four Claimers needed to be stopped or whether or not genocide was the good or was the only way to do it. It was about, no, I don't want you guys to be the ones to make this call. I don't want you to wake up one day and realize you fucked up really bad and learn to regret this. It was an inherently selfish choice of being like, I don't care if the rest of the world perishes for this. I'm not going to let you guys bear
Share that
let you
burden.
guys
burden?
bear this burden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
in the dialogue, like I have changed it a bit that it's a little
Yeah.
bit centered around her empathy.
Yes.
Like I pulled that a lot because I needed I knew how this was all gonna go, but I also needed to pull like I exaggerate things from the campaign to a point where there's polar opposites of things. Like Sips is way more aggressive in this campaign, like in this story, than I was during session. Because during session I wasn't comfortable with that. I wasn't comfortable being super aggressive towards you guys, but I knew where he stood. But even then, he was pretty neutral on some things. And he also didn't know if he really wanted to do it as much. Like he's like, yeah, I guess. But in the story, I'm like, no, I need them to be opposite. So there's a real drama pull here. Like there's really like, this side or this side.
Yeah.
And when I decided that that's what I was going to do, it was like, okay, well, it has to make sense to the character. And Gothi, with her empathy and stuff, it's like, yeah, of course she feels for people, and some of her flaws is that she's too empathetic.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is also like, and it's saying, I have an idea. I'm making a decision.
Yeah,
And then
I'm
it's
taking
still
charge.
asking, yeah, I'm taking charge. So this is huge character growth for her of being like, no, this is okay. I've made up my mind about this. And that's why she decided in that last moment, in the last episode, to take the crystal out of Sips's head. Because she was like, I am making an executive decision on this. Sips, this is no longer your call to make anymore.
Kind of owning the responsibility that was thrown on her.
Yeah, that was my intention when I had Gothi. And again, this was something that happened on the table exactly, and Dingo took it and made it into the episode. Was that executive decision of being like, you know what, you are not going to be in charge of what we do anymore. I'm not asking you to decide anymore, because she kind of was waiting to see where he would fall on this. She was like, obviously this is tearing you apart. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't do this before. I'm taking charge now.
Yeah. That was just stepping in, which I thought was a really cool character moment for sure. Yeah.
Sorry,
Executive
we got
Gothi.
struck with a bit more lag, but looks like we're all back now.
Are we all back?
We are back. Shall we keep going?
Okay. Yeah, you want to go back a little bit?
Yeah, where'd you want to go to?
Right there, yeah.
Out a monster while you
Someone's
slowly
asking
become
who
one.
led when Gothi
They
was
have no
senile.
empathy.
And, I mean, that was back when we were really chaotic.
Yeah, more chaotic than usual.
Yeah.
There was no real leader at that point.
Well, I tried to be the leader, which wasn't great because Sips is not a great leader. And then we had Julian a bit. I felt like Julian was helping out a bit.
Yeah.
But we were all kind of just like, whatever.
Yeah.
And I
also-
knew I was consciously trying to be the leader, but I was not, at the time when I was playing Sips, I was not very good at just like I was not a very good leader. I'm glad.
I think the only time Erina tried leadership was during the Kylandria arc, and that was dropped as soon as that was done.
Holy
Well,
shit,
we all
somebody...
split. We all
Sorry.
split.
Somebody just donated $55.
Whoa! Holy shit!
Lochin McPhee.
Yeah, that was a while ago from
Lachlan.
Prince Edward Island.
Oh,
Hey.
hey, PEI. How's it going, bye? Or no? Yeah.
How's it going there?
How's it going there, eh?
To make them rescind the donation.
Yeah, they
That
just
kind
take
of Green Gables.
Well, thank you
Anyway.
very much. Holy
Thank
crap!
you, my God. And again, thank you to everybody that's donating. That's so sweet.
Yeah,
don't have
you
to
guys are
do
very
this.
sweet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry. Andrew
No, it's
Dixon.
okay. It was good that you brought it up. I'm not watching the chat at all, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Chat. No, I'm just watching the Discord right now.
Oh, and I
But-
gotta apologize. I have to leave to be in the play.
Right, yeah,
yeah.
you gotta leave. You gotta bounce.
Yeah.
That's
So,
totally fine.
hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Any
coming.
any last thing you wanna go out on?
Oh yeah.
Another job well done.
Perfect.
Excellent. Great.
Perfect. All right.
All
See you
right.
later,
Right,
Carson.
later, Carson.
Print,
Bye.
good.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Alrighty. Shall we keep going?
Yes.
Let's do
Yes.
this.
And do horrible things. Yet you have empathy and are about to do the same. Which ones?
But just to clarify,
worse?
we're not leaving. Just Carson left.
Just Carson's leaving. He's
Yeah.
gotta go to his
You've seen
job.
it yourself.
Mhm.
They will extract
Do you
the
wanna
sun.
turn it
They
up
will
a
do
bit,
it
or is
again. Others will
I
suffer.
can, but then people won't hear you anymore.
and over
Okay,
again.
no, no,
You
no.
can
It
turn it up
doesn't
on your end.
have to be that way. Stop
I'm
being
not
so
listening.
naive.
Yeah.
You're in denial in believing they aren't a threat. I know they are a threat. I'm pretty sure my face is a good indication of that. So don't you be so naive in thinking I don't know. Yet you still defend them. Because I don't want a genocide. There's no coming back from that. You will not come back
I love
from
that line.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite. Like that delivery.
There is no
That was my
peace
favorite.
in revenge.
Yeah, Dingo good
The four
voice
claimers
acting.
that tortured you are dead. You can wipe
Professional.
out this generation too, but they will still live with you, torturing you over and over again, forever. But Clara is gone, yet Erina still feels the pain. Kinora is dead, yet Sip still thinks he's a monster. It doesn't go away. Unless you let it go. Let it go. Let it go! They held me captive for over 300 years! I know. They tortured me! I know. And you
Felt that
want
in my
me
throat.
to let it go!
Yeah.
Because you have to! Or it will kill you!
You know what the best thing about those 300 years is?
Yeah.
What?
It was brought into existence and immediately captive and tortured.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not
you know,
like you
Chill
were.
time.
It's not like thank you for the $20. It's not like a thing where like someone is born, lives their life, they're like 30 years old, and then they get captured, you know, and then they're, you know, oh god, torture or something. No, this dude was born into torture and captivity.
Yeah, he was born. Yeah, poor guy.
It's pretty rough, buddy.
Holding on to that anger and pain is like drinking
And his
poison
only friend
while
was
expecting the other person to
Yeah.
die.
Mm.
You have to move on. And I know it'll be the hardest thing you will ever do in your life, but then how? How can I possibly do that? Forgiveness. True forgiveness. As I
People in
have.
the chat just crying emojis. We know.
I can't. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
the
sorry.
hug.
Aww.
I'm so sorry.
I'm crying during
You are
this.
allowed to feel
Yeah.
Like
angry.
this voice acting, I'm actually crying.
But that anger will
This
consume
hug was
everything
like
if
what,
you let
2,000 years in the making.
it. So you must let it go.
Like they've known each other for
Because with time,
well, they knew each
care.
other 2,000 years ago.
you will
And
heal.
he was
Two
in
and a
a
half.
huh?
2.5.
2.5.
I know it's not
Yeah,
easy.
2.5. He was
But you're
in
not doing it
captivity the entire time.
alone. Not
This
anymore.
is well, not quite their first time physically touching. Well, it is.
No,
they're
it
not
is.
quite physically
is.
touching. Are they
It is.
physically
It's-
touching?
yeah, this is the first time he's ever gotten a hug.
Yeah.
There are two options here.
This,
Either you
this
side with
lines,
me,
like these
and we
lines,
wipe them all
are
out.
definitely from the session.
Or you are all my
You are
enemy.
all my enemy. I remember that.
Hmm.
This was such a
And
good
what
moment.
about a third option?
Yeah, the third
Good.
option.
A
good.
third
Yeah,
option.
Let's go. Third option.
Yeah.
Yes, a third option. Look, our group
That
is
was
not
my Uno
really great
reverse
at
card.
genocide, if you couldn't tell already.
Somebody
But what
asked me
we
about
are
that,
really
and
good
I
at
said that I
is messing with
had
things.
come up with that on the spot at the table. But then Dingo reminded me
Yeah.
that I think I actually sent you a text the day before the
Yeah.
session. Because you and I were both so scared about what we were gonna do. We were dreading these sessions because we were like, it's fun, but we didn't want to make this decision. We didn't want to have to make this call because we didn't know what was gonna be the right answer.
Yeah. Well-
Everything sounded like a bad option.
Yeah, and the entire time before the session, I'm like texting you, I'm like, please, I don't want to do it. Like I actually was like, I don't want to do this. I really don't. I don't want to do genocide. But I knew Sips really did because he was in the end he didn't. But it was like
Yeah.
I knew he was adamant about it because that was like his goal. It was like, okay, this is the purpose. This is my purpose. And of course, me as the player, I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I'm like looking at you guys at the table. I'm like, I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna still do it. I'm gonna keep going. And I
Yeah, because
remember,
it's true to the character. Yeah.
yeah, because it's to the character, and I knew that that's what he was gonna follow through with, even if it meant like that's the whole point of that conversation of like even if I'm the bad guy, like that's the thing. He doesn't care at this point. He's checking out, right? But yeah, I remember your text when you were like, I got a plan. And I'm like, okay. And I mean, you didn't tell me. Like, you were
No,
like,
I did not.
no, you didn't tell me the plan.
I didn't tell anybody.
Yeah,
But
didn't tell me either,
yeah.
damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you just like this one was the thing I knew that you had planned. But pulling out the crystal was not planned. That was you just
No,
that was you being like,
impromptu.
all right, fuck this. We're done.
Mhm. Yeah. So then I did remember saying like, what about the third option? And then everybody at the table being like, the
Third
what?
option? The what?
Third
I'm
option?
sure there's a third option. What do you mean a
Specifically
third
said
option?
genocide or not. So what is this third option?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, one thing I'll do a side note on is that the whole conversation, like the real emotions that come with Zanu, I felt like I had to explore that because I don't think we really dove into that really high, like intensely in the campaign because it was like we couldn't because it was like Felix is not going to scream and cry at the table. But when I was writing him and exploring him more, I was realizing, oh, okay, yeah, this is pent up anger. This is like trauma. This is all the trauma shit. And how do you deal with trauma? Is that essentially you have to let that shit go. So and to understand that like anger really is one of those things that will eat you up inside and destroy everything around you. So Zana was interesting to just explore. Like I when I was writing him and exploring more of that stuff, I was like, okay, I'm starting to learn more about this guy more. I'm starting to understand him a bit more.
I'm sure there's a lot of fear here too. He would never admit it that he's afraid of these four claimers and what they'll do in the future. But I'm sure he's terrified of whatever they might try.
I had to.
Definitely.
I actually took out a line that would have absolutely shown that because it just didn't fit. But when he says like they will do it again, they will extract the sun, others will suffer. Like they will suffer, and then I did have a line of him being like, I will suffer. But I took it out because it would go into a different conversation. And I didn't want that. I didn't want to break up that conversation. But I was just like, yeah, this guy's just really scared of these people. And he's just like, ew, gross, destroy them all. Like, I really don't want them here anymore. Like, it's like looking at something that keeps reminding you of the pain and suffering. So you might as well just wipe it all out. So it was very interesting to kind of figure out him and explore him through the writing process. Yeah.
Mm,
You did a great job.
you did.
Thank you.
You did.
Thank you. Yeah, Zanu is he's interesting. I'm definitely exploring. I when I write, I explore. You know, I don't really have it all in my head. I have to just kind of write it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right.
Especially monarchies. What are you proposing?
I remember this being
take
something
out
that
Godric.
we said at the table too.
And
Being
completely
like, we're
destroy
really shit at
technology.
doing stuff.
Get
but what
rid
we're
of their
good
power
at
crystals and give
is
them the
destroying
tools to start
like monarchies or
Oh
like
yeah.
a hard
countries.
Yeah, you
reset.
said your actual
won't
line
wipe
was
them
just
out,
like,
but I
we're
know
good
we
at
can't
fucking
leave
up
them.
shit.
We need to
Yeah,
change.
exactly.
we're good at destroying
And you're
shit, and I
willing to
couldn't
use
put it in because I
force.
didn't want a quack
I'll have
sound in
to.
there.
Yeah.
It'll be a bit messy
The
and
essence is
chaotic,
there.
but when has it not been with us? The choice is now yours, Zanu. What are you willing to let go? The anger
Foreshadowing.
or me? A hard reset. Start over. I get to take down Godric. We will take down Godric.
Get to punch him in the face. We get to
Together.
punch him in the face.
Together.
Together.
Very well.
We'll hold hands and we'll both punch
We
him
will do it your way.
simultaneously with the
By
hands that are
changing the
holding.
four claimers by force. Sometimes that's the only way.
Friendship.
Yeah.
How do you keep doing this?
Vengeance.
What? Persuade me. Must be my smile.
That was a cute little line.
So,
Yeah.
how do I get out of here? Oh, let me just... Oh, okay, weird feeling. And Gothica. Oh, I hate that too. I'm trusting you. I know.
Hi. How was your tree god talk?
Good. Genocide is no longer the plan.
Nice.
But, now we gotta take down a monarchy while destroying an entire race's technology and infrastructure.
Well, don't threaten me with a good time.
How are the others?
Well, nobody died, so no resurrection scrolls today.
And
I
Sips?
believe at the table
I
I,
don't know, I
referred
just
to the
got here.
bunch as turning off the
They hear
Wi-Fi.
a small whimper
Yep.
coming from a
Yeah.
distressed jawbone who is backed away
Turn
from
off
a
their
very
Wi-Fi.
still
Yeah,
Sips.
yeah, that was
They walk over
that
to
was the
see
metaphor I was
he's
going
still
with.
breathing.
They're not allowed to have the internet anymore.
Something's
Turn off the Wi-Fi. Go touch grass.
remove the
you
vines to
creepy
reveal-
fucking gremlins.
He's cracking. Pieces of him falling apart like a cracked clay pot. What's happening? He's dying. What? Why? Having the power of an artificial god, along with a curse inside of one mortal body, wears down not only the flesh, but the soul, until it crumbles. The only reason he lived this
rough.
long
Back
was
to
because
tears in
I
chat.
was keeping him together.
So, what about that resurrection scroll?
Right. We can bring him back. No. You can't,
Duct tape and
as
bubble
the
gum.
curse.
Yeah.
There's no reversing this anymore.
Hot glue.
What do you mean?
Crazy glue.
Gothica,
Our leg just hit right now.
it's time.
Right in this moment.
Oh.
I'll pause it. I'll pause it. I'll even go
Okay.
back a little.
Okay,
Maybe it's
okay.
Godric is sabotaging us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because we talked shit about his wife.
All right. Well,
People are
hopefully we can-
crying, and it's like...
You just like stop on his fucking cracked face.
Exactly. Oh, that's good.
We're all sadistic here.
I just...
I hopefully.
They're still yelling about it.
About the lag.
Yeah, apparently.
Damn it.
I don't know how, dude. I tried everything.
We
I-
don't
I
know.
can't- it's external at this point. I have God tier internet too. Like, I have really good internet.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
people are back.
Okay, people back. People
You know,
back.
when I read through the comments, I'm starting to discover like this new business model where, you know, people are asking like, we need like emotional support, Gothy, Jawbone plushie and stuff. Are you just gonna keep making shows and episodes to destroy people, and then at the end of each episode is a new emotional
Merch.
support merch?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There you go. New business model. Well, like I said, get the Get the plushies before they're irrelevant.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Okay, looks
we're
like we're
all
back.
sad
So,
on the inside.
all right. Wipe your tears, and here we go.
More tears.
It's time to let go.
Oh, okay, well,
Well, there you go. You have to reserve
that's
right
the
at the end.
Is
Well,
that
that
a
was
good
right at
build up,
the end.
everybody?
Yeah.
This
All right,
video
well-
is sponsored by.
We don't have to watch the
Sadness.
sponsor,
No,
but
I don't want it to
can
stop on this
right
frame.
there. We'll just stop right
Stop
there.
on Boo Boo the Fool.
Exactly. No, I wanted to make sure we stop right here.
I do want to address that, like, you know, Jack and Masika were on the other side of the portal, and then they came back to Sips looking like that.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah. That's what Zach says.
It's just like, oh shit, that's rough, buddy. Yeah. So yeah, that was a lot. Hopefully we're not lagging anymore.
No,
but,
we're good right now. We're good right now.
Okay. I apologize for the lag. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, so yeah, we had 5 years to process this. I knew what was coming.
It'll take you guys 5 years too. Look forward to that. Okay, bye.
Yay.
Oh, we're not done yet. We're not done
I know.
yet.
I know.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing, bud?
Meet Grammarly Go.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
An ad.
Solution
Where's my
for
ad
getting
block?
Quality work done quickly.
Get out of here.
There you go.
Oh. I made this.
Yes.
Because we didn't do it at the last watch party. I wanted to do it this time.
Yeah.
Whack indeed.
Yeah, Good Kid was kind enough to let me, like, of course, I made this to the song, and then we had to ask them permission, like, maybe please post this on YouTube. And they got back to me within 20 minutes on email. And they're like, yeah, we love D&D. I'm like, cool. And they're like,
Monkey.
this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I didn't let you guys know at all that this is what I was doing.
This
Yeah.
was such a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Vicky!
That shot there is supposed to be Gothi's hand on Zanu's, like, containment cell tank. That crystal, the dice crystal transition, was like the first thing I made.
Nice.
So good.
Lightning.
So good.
And then everybody realized what the cracks were for.
Yeah, everybody realized I was foreshadowing that. I can be. You thought I was the good one? You thought I was the not evil one? You're wrong. I've been evil this whole time.
We're all evil.
We're all evil.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So
Oops. Sorry.
no, it's okay. You put it on a cool frame.
Yeah, let's find a good one.
I know, a cool frame.
Put it on that one frame
I mean,
where
Vicky-
you can put it on the one frame where Boo Claire zooms in really quickly and her eyes just go like wah.
Let's
Just
see if
wait.
I can-
Just
There you go.
that's a child with a healthy like that yeah. She's a good kid.
You know, I hear about people being like, "Oh man, did Zanu's crystal make her go crazy?" And it's like, no, she was
No.
evil at the beginning, and she didn't have it at the beginning.
No.
She didn't have it when she like bought poison off of Gothi.
When I
Yeah.
rolled for her, like, to determine kind of what kind of character she was going to be, because she was improv, right? She wasn't planned. So I was just rolling to see what kind of character she was going to turn out to be, and I think I rolled maximum on evil.
The fucking face! I can't. I gotta not look at it because
Look, pan back to something else. Go
Well, people want me to go back to
You
Vicky.
giggle
Be like,
too
no. Go back one frame before that, because that's when her face starts. Yeah, there we go.
How would Vicky?
Okay, now look at something else. Like the audio keeps cutting out.
I
We
know,
can't hear you laughing, Dingo.
Because she's
I think I can
laughing so
only.
hard that Discord is muting it, but I can hear her in the other
Yeah, I
room
can
just
hear it in
howling.
Yeah.
Can't.
Are you okay?
I'll put it up on.
So
I put it up on
funny.
Twitter for you later. Felix.
She's completely cut out, but she's just dying over there.
You can hear her through the walls.
I can hear her through the walls.
Fuck. Okay. Let's try something else.
There you
Oh,
go.
cry. Oh my god. Anyway. Fuck.
Oh, that's a good moment to
Anyway.
end this, Eddie.
Okay, what were we talking about?
Nothing.
Right, she was batshit crazy right off the bat.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right,
the
yeah,
entire
yeah.
time.
Yeah, some people are just like, oh, she was probably like an innocent girl that was like,
No.
you know, consumed by
No.
Zanu and blah blah blah. It's like, no, she was evil.
Thinking like that is how she gets you.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
she
don't
plays
think
all
I'll
cute
ever.
and innocent.
I don't think I'll ever go into it, but essentially, like the way you had it, Felix, was that she like surgically inserted the crystal into her heart. She
Yeah.
was just like, I want this. It's powerful. Put it in my heart. Like
Yeah,
she's
'cause, like,
She's
Because
fucked.
Erina had it
mad
like
woman.
on a ring, but Bouclair was like, but if I put it on my heart, I'll be even stronger.
Mhm.
Well, and that nobody could take it away from me.
Exactly. So, bam.
She was
Boom.
crazy.
The
Glad
this
she's dead.
where you've paused here, this is the mech dragon. I based it off of the mech dragon Jested for the book. 'Cause
Yeah, the one
Jess
on
did
the-
a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
I
the
gotta
one
do
on
that one.
Kickstarter.
Well, and Jess knows how fucking things work. How they like when I drew it, I was like, I don't know how any of this shit
Jess
works.
Struggle Monster.
Like, I don't know. Okay, so I know that we're already in about an hour, but I did want to open it up to Q&A a bit, just for the episode and stuff.
Q&A?
I
Yeah,
mean,
we can do the Q&A.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you know, if Avery, if you want to bounce anytime, you can.
I don't have a life. You kidding me? What am I?
Yeah, so like, because we wanted to watch and just talk about the whole process, but yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, we're here to answer your queries.
Yeah, so beware, there's usually like a ton of amazing questions, but we can only get to like a few of them. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna be here all night.
and we're
And
not
we
gonna
can't-
answer any spoilery questions.
Yeah.
Like someone's asking, is Vicky gonna be okay? It's just like I can neither confirm nor deny that,
Mhm.
so make of that
Yeah,
what
true.
you will.
I have seen people asking how much HP Gothi had left at the end of the encounter. Dingo, you actually asked. You were trying to find Gothi's HP. You asked me
Yeah.
about it because you wanted to have accurate calculations when you were narrating the fight. Do you know how much she had left?
Yeah, 3. 3 points.
Yeah, it was a tight one.
Yeah, and that's why I was just like, she was like, that was too close. Like, yeah.
So then let's do it. Do a real quick question. What was your favorite scenes to animate? Or like your single favorite scene?
In the episode?
Any.
Well, that's too.
First one that comes to mind. Go.
Shit. Well, okay. It's tough because I really loved animating the fight scene. It was really fun.
Yeah, you
Like,
both did.
You could clearly tell that we were having so much fun.
Yeah.
We were losing our minds. But one scene I really loved animating from the last episode was when Godric pulls the knife on the guy.
Oh yeah, you were having a lot of fun
just-
with that too.
That was just fun of just like shik, shik, like really like putting in that sound effects and like pulling that guy in. I'm like, that was fun. And having his eyes all glowy, like that shit slaps. Like I love doing glowy like intimidation eyes. Like
Mhm.
that's fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that was definitely something I would put up on the top of my list.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. For
Yep.
me, I liked for the opening. I liked. I don't know. Sips with lightning is really satisfying.
Yes.
That the way that the flash works, it's lightning is actually really fun to do. And then from the episode, eh. I still think that final thing where Gothi and Sips they're at the center and then they move backwards away from each other. And Gothi slides a little bit more towards the camera and she like backspins the staff behind her, takes that really firm crouch, angles her arms backwards, and then launches forward. I think that was like, ooh, I really liked that one.
That was really slick.
Thank you.
Okay, another question was, what would have happened if Sips beat Gothi on the roll against Zanu? Would have changed in the episode? Well,
Thing, I guess.
it would have just undone the attempt, so things would have continued on that path that they were going to continue on
It
before
would have
it
been
changed.
awkward.
Yeah, it would have been awkward, and I think a fight would have broken out.
Yeah.
I think Sips would have actually like fought, but the problem was that during that session, I was between a rock and a hard place because it was like, okay, I don't want to do this. Sips now doesn't want to do this. Like I can clearly tell. Like he's like, no, we're not doing this. And it's like, okay, but if he doesn't, Zanu can take him over, no problem, and he can fucking murder everyone here. So it was a real like, I have to keep the god happy while protecting my friends, while also like not doing this, you know? So it was a real, I don't know exactly what would happen other than I think he might like, I don't know, maybe he would have cast something to like isolate himself and try to stop Zanu from taking over. Because Zanu was getting real close to just being like, no, we're doing, like, we have to do this. And like when he threatened Sneeze, it was like, oh shit, okay, this is getting really serious. So I'm glad that you stepped in.
Yeah, thankfully it worked out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not really.
Well, you don't. I looked cool.
Not really.
Gothi looked cool for a minute
Yeah.
there.
She looked cool and sacrificed her
You
friend.
know what? It worked out for solving the problem of the drama because it just escalated into different drama. So it stopped that moment and created an entirely new one. So yeah, and I made sure in the episode at the very beginning, it's like, look, Gothi didn't know. Nobody knew that this shit was gonna happen. So I'm glad that nobody's gotten mad at like Gothi's character for doing it, because it's like, dude, she didn't know. Like, chill out.
What are you guys' favorite NPCs?
Oh boy.
In this campaign?
Sure.
While we were playing this session, I probably would have said Vicky. But after the videos and after all of the work Dingo has done, I might say Jack. Jack is just very funny to have around at all times.
Yeah, we've developed Jack into something that's fun. He's definitely a fun character now. With like, he's much more anxious and he's slowly building as a character. You know, like him using the crossbow was huge. Right? Yeah, I think, I don't know. I mean, I have to say like Sneeze.
Of course.
Oh yeah, that's
But
true.
I mean, that's very biased. Like, yeah, Sneeze. Sorry. He's my boy. I cannot
boy.
love him. Yeah, stabby, lovey boy. So he just wants to give hugs and stab. What about you, Felix? Which one's your favorite NPC that you've made?
I'm trying to pick one, but that's so hard. Like of course I love Vicky. Vicky was one of the most single fun NPCs to play. But also like I like all my villains, like the way Bouclair fucked with you guys, and the way McSass keeps wrecking you. Like that's so hard to choose. But Vicky is the first one I come to mind.
I thought of one, but then I remembered that he's not from this campaign. He's from a different campaign.
Which one were you thinking of?
The Sko villain.
The Sko villain. Some people have seen the Sko villain though. I did it in the live game.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know who the Sko villain is, it wasn't part of the original Fool's.
The Sko villain
you
thinks he's the
can-
most evilest thing that ever happened.
Absolutely. I was gonna wait a moment until the lag wears off.
Yeah, yeah.
Abby? Oh yeah, Abby was awesome too. Some comments. Kinora was so fun to play. You always give me the best bad guys to torture you with in your backstories.
True, we do. I mean, I made Kinora, but you made her so much worse. Are we back yet?
Yeah, we're back.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
Okay, but yeah, the Sko villain, obviously inspired by Scoville, the scale for spiciness, would go and poison towns. And by poison, he would just simply put spicy, like, hot sauce on their food, and people were too dumb to realize that's what's happening, and they thought they were being poisoned.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's true. It was the most irritatingly stupid town we've ever been to. So much that we're just like, we hate this place. Everyone here is like so
Even less
frustratingly dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were tasked to go help a town deal with like the Sko villain. But the thing is that the town was so infuriatingly stupid that the real test was if they can make it through that town without killing any of the people because they are so annoying to deal with. You barely passed.
Yeah, but we passed. We did
We
pass.
You did pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next question.
Next question. How long have I been DMing? Shit, when did I start? What was
I can give you a
2000?
date.
Was it 15?
No, it was 14.
2014. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was in college at the time.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that
Yeah,
right.
because you started with John and Puddles.
Yeah. You know what, Ding, I'm gonna pass this question to you. What about the
Okay.
sheep?
Every single goddamn question. We always get this.
No, literally, right now I'm scrolling around for questions, and 90% of the questions is about the sheep.
Okay. Yeah. Get the book.
Exactly. Buy the book.
Which the book is coming out.
The
God,
PDF is coming out soon.
It's coming out soon.
Can
So you'll
Felix do
see.
Jack's voice?
Oh,
I saw
so you're
that. I saw that.
Southern?
Do a Jack voice, Felix.
I'm trying. I haven't done a southern accent for so long. Like it's been a long, like 5 years or so since I've done it.
Gotta do that Southern accent, real smooth.
Accent. Like howdy y'all. Thanks for fetching that there, Crystal. Like kind of like that.
Yeah.
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 Oh my god, that was been a while.
That's my daily.
Okay, here's a good question. How did you guys decide on your character backstories?
I mean, I built it with you guys. Like, I didn't really have much of a backstory, but when I made Sips, it was like, well, I need something to make him to keep going in this world. And it's like, okay. And then I think Avery, you suggested it's like, why don't you do like the monkey paw thing?
No, that was Puddles.
Was that Puddles?
Yeah, Puddles was the
Okay.
one that suggested like a monkey's paw, or she
Okay,
just says, or she suggested the crocodile hand.
She did suggest the crocodile one. I know that.
Okay,
for
then
sure.
I might have been the monkey's paw because that does sound like something I would
Know
suggest.
about. Yeah,
With
yeah. 'Cause-
my weird macabre sort of like encyclopedic knowledge.
Yeah. So it was like, okay, so he lost his hand, and we were like, well, why doesn't he replace it with something? And we're like, with what? And then we went through several animals until eventually we landed on the crocodile because it was just a cool, like, ooh, scaly, cool.
Claws.
Yeah. So yeah, we just decided that. But his actual backstory, like Kinora and like how that all worked, I came up with that like a month before Felix needed it because he was, hey, we're getting close to the area that your big bad that you were thinking of is. Yeah, we're getting close to her. So think of your actual backstory on how the fuck that happened. And I was like, oh, okay. Like I gave the backstory of like, okay, Kinora gave it to him or like cursed him with it. And that she has his hand. That was the only thing I had. And then from there on out, I was like, okay, I
Mhm.
gotta figure this out. But I don't usually make my backstories very fleshed out.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
usually
you leave
it-
lots of gaps for me to fill in.
Yeah. Gothi had like no backstory. I was just like, you tell me what's up with her. She has no face. She's really old. I think maybe at some point while we were just spitballing and tossing around ideas, one of the ideas I tossed around at some point might have been adjacent to what she ended up being, like, long lost royalty. But at the time I had no idea what you were going to pick, and everything was a complete shock.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I love having characters that have no solid backstory. I'd
Same.
rather let Felix surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Yeah,
Cowbone.
that was a fun surprise.
He's swooping.
Yeah.
Yeah, cute. Let's see what else we got. Did Felix panic or laugh when the karaoke thing happened? I panicked.
You were
Panicked.
panicking.
Yeah, no, I panicked. I would say that's probably my turning point, where I decided from then on we're gonna fully lean into chaos all the time.
Yeah. That's one of those moments where you're just like, you have to take it. Because that's never going to happen. You're never going to get that chance again. You're never going to get the oops, accidental Tarask karaoke song ever again.
Well, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, so are we.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Felix, do you ever plan your whole campaign before you start, or just wing it? I plan only my major beats, some of my major beats, and only like the first half of those. The rest I make up on the fly. I explore the world as much as my players do. What else do we got? Also, Avery, feel free to let me know when you see a good question if you want to like answer it.
I'm taking a peek. I'm seeing a lot of people repeat questions that we already answered.
Yeah, I'm just looking for some.
When is Sips's funeral?
Yeah.
Is Gothi a multi-class? No, she's not. She's just a straight druid. But she's a special kind of druid that we added into the book. We actually kind of crafted a new circle for her.
Yeah,
That is
because she
going to
was a
be in the book.
3.5 druid, so we converted
Yes.
her to a very unique 5e druid now.
Yes. And actually there's two different not circles, but there's two different huge factions of ways you can play your character based off of Gothi. One is a craft system and the other one is a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what kind of like nutty potions people come up with and then yell at me for because they're so broken.
Yeah. Unironically, we really want people to tell us all of the batshit stuff that happens to them in the campaign.
Yep.
Like the stuff you've made, the weird things you encountered. Like, we want to know. We've been waiting for this for years to hear what absolute insanity you guys are going to get into.
The
so
chaos.
please tell us, please. Will the magical girl subclass be in the book?
Yes, it will. Actually, a fighter, believe it or not.
Yeah, she got retooled, and it's an extremely fun class.
Yeah.
I'm so excited next month because like by the end of June, when this book is finally out, finally the conversation flips where I can like talk with people about the stuff that's in it. I can finally be like, "Isn't this cool?" You know, now we can actually discuss it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we
just
should come
excited.
up with what kind of event we can do around that time. You'll have the PDF, so we could scroll through a little bit of it.
Oh, like a launch live stream PDF release, like launch.
Yeah,
party?
maybe pick something ahead of time to review, Felix. And
Yeah,
then
just a small section because
Yeah.
you also
Really
don't want
fun.
to just showcase it.
maybe a couple
'Cause people are
monsters
gonna-
because we all
Yeah.
love our monsters.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely think about that. You can still get the book if you go to, I think it was foolsgold5e.com. That
I
should
think
bring
there
you
might
to
be
the
a
backer
link
kit.
down below. I'm not sure.
There might be a link, but otherwise, here, I'll just put it in chat. This should be the one that takes you to the backer kit. What's your guys' favorite magic item?
Ooh, the deck of many.
Hell yeah,
My
it is.
favorite magic item is something that isn't in this campaign, but it was in the first campaign that you DM'd, Felix. The first
Oh?
D&D I've ever been in,
Uh-huh.
and I don't remember the name of the item, but it was a cloak. Where if my character wore it and then basically meditated, there was a chance if I rolled a die that I would possess a nearby monster.
Oh yeah, I remember
I
that.
loved that item. That was
Oh.
so cool.
I don't remember
That's
what the
such a
item
cool
is called,
idea.
but that is, I'm pretty sure that was a vanilla 3.5 item. Yeah, or was it homebrew? But yeah, that was a lot of fun where you could just go possess like little critters around you and
That was
animals.
That was an item that I tried to abuse every time I could get. Anytime we were up against anything, I was just like, I want to wear this. But I think the catch was that it was only usable on monsters, not on animals.
Mhm.
But I was so green in D&D, I didn't understand the difference. So I was just upset that I couldn't possess the manticore that we were fighting. I'm just like, no, I wanna.
Yeah, no, it was only animal.
Yeah, you could
not
only
monster.
possess animals. Yeah, I think it was only
Yeah.
For sorry, beast for the 5e connoisseurs among us.
But I
Oh,
think
right.
Felix, I think you you let me have my fun, and I think you let me possess a couple monsters that I normally wouldn't have been able to because, like,
I don't
I
really
remember, but I
wanted to.
tend to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the rule of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, what would my favorite magic item be? So hard to choose. I've made so many and I love them all. I mean, the Banjo of Exmodius is pretty top tier.
I do love the Banjo of Exmodius. There's
Yeah.
also there's a very specific mushroom that we like a lot because we had firsthand experience with the chaos that it caused.
Shroom.
The Hoom Shroom, a mushroom that I made in my campaign as the DM, and then Felix immediately was just like, yoink, this is going in the book.
Yeah. Too good not to include. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty top tier.
Yeah.
What else do we got for good questions? Where's the line between fun chaos and frustrating chaos? Well, I think that's just, are people laughing at your table or groaning at your table?
Well, I don't know. I think it's a very situational thing because some people just aren't into chaos when it comes to like failing. Because I really like when the chaos goes so bad that something really bad happens. I enjoy that because it's the question of how the fuck are we gonna get out of this? And
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, that's wild. And also like there's always repercussions, like emotional repercussions from it. And I love that shit. I love to like work that shit out and figure out how to get over that. Or other people getting over it. It's pretty cool. So, you know, it depends on your level of acceptance. Like, how much can you accept? And if you're a person who needs full control at all times and you need things to run smoothly, then that's you're gonna hit that frustration real fucking quick. Depends on the group you're in. So, yeah, it's very situational, very much up to the players.
Yeah,
when
exactly.
that shit happens. But yeah, I don't know if I've ever had like real frustration from chaos. I don't know. It's really rare for me. I'm usually all gung ho for it.
You like it as long as the chaos feels justified, of like, the chaos itself gets to be wild, but the reason why chaos happens needs to have a good reason. It can't just be because, it can't just, there has to be, the chaos is a consequence to something going wrong, typically.
Well,
Mhm.
there's also wild magic though, which can just come from left field.
Yeah.
I mean, like I've said,
But it
I've
has to
only
be
ever,
justified.
yeah, I've only ever overruled chaos once.
Yeah.
For one of the wild magic effects, because all it was gonna do is freeze you guys in time for 100 years, and it's like,
That
well,
would
Get
fuck
rid of
everything up
everything.
it's
way
just gonna
too
get
much.
rid of my entire plot, and then you're gonna be in a strange world you have to re-explore. Like, it's essentially a reset button for a campaign, and I would only use that if the campaign somehow wasn't really, shaping up. Like, I
Yeah.
needed a fresh start. But
Mhm. Or at the beginning or at maybe the end. I don't know.
But yeah.
Yeah. Someone would like to know how Sips and Sneeze met.
And wouldn't you all? But that is something I'm gonna keep to myself
Me.
Yeah.
For now.
for now.
Wah.
You guys can answer another couple questions. I'm gonna be right back.
Sure,
Sure,
that's
sure.
fine. I can also say about how so the next episode I've written already, and I've been writing this episode since March of 2022. Like pieces of it, because I have a big document that's called Future Dialogue, and I essentially just throw anything that's in my head just into it. And so I've been working on this episode since then. And there's a tweet I put out. I'll probably re-quote it eventually, probably when this episode goes out. But it says I think it says something along the lines of oh man, when I start crying when I'm writing, y'all know you're in trouble. That's where that quote comes from, is the next episode. So y'all in trouble. Because that was my very first writing that I actually wrote and started to cry. So that was a really powerful. Next episode's going to be very powerful. So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the most emotionally exposing I've ever been. Which, funny enough, I know I've tweeted about this before, but these last few episodes have been very personal. And it feels weirdly exposing, even though it's it's not me, I'm not talking about me, but I think it's because of the voice acting and the way it's written, and it feels very well, it's kind of like arguing in front of a friend. It feels awkward,
Yeah.
but
Get back.
I'm happy I'm doing it. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so I was just talking about the writing process and how the next episode I've been writing since March of 2022.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
also give people the same tip I did during our Discord watch party, which is
Yeah.
before you watch next episode, like episode 31, you should watch them in sequence of episode 29 and then episode 30 and then 31, because that is the order the campaign happened in.
The whole session. Yeah. Those 3 episodes is one session.
Yeah.
That's right. You and I were talking about that yesterday. You were talking about how much of this stuff happened in a single session at the table.
Mm-hmm. It's about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every episode's about an hour of gameplay. Yeah, it's a lot. So yeah, look forward to that. I mean, I'm so ready to work on this fucking episode, but I have to go, do my vacation.
You have to go have a vacation. Poor you.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
because then
I'm
you'll
definitely
be even faster.
I'm like one of those fucking like dogs at the gate when they're about to chase the rabbit. I'm just like so ready. Yeah. So yeah. Do we have any more questions? If not, we might just call it.
I think we'll leave it with this last question of, what was your guys' favorite wild magic surge?
One that we can talk about.
There's any that I don't know if there's any that you.
Yeah, let me think.
I mean,
I think I know I've answered this question before. This has definitely been a question I've answered before. And I think when I answered it last time, it was Wizardly. When I changed Wizardly's gender.
oh yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah, that was pretty
It was
good.
so funny. Stop, Felix. So like having
I'm gonna jump scare everybody in the chat.
yeah. So I think the thing about Wizardly's transformation, it was so funny because first of all, I fucking hated Wizardly. And secondly, he failed. He critically failed it. And cause he's like a level 20 wizard.
He's
Like,
a
you
level
don't-
30 wizard.
No, he's not. He's 20.
Okay.
He's dead.
In Felix Land, he's 30.
He's definitely was a 20. Yeah, because I remember that he was trying to learn level 12 spells.
Oh, right. Okay, so during the campaign he was.
Yeah.
In the book, he's a bit different.
Really? Did you make him more powerful? What the fuck? Dude.
Maybe?
Oh my god. So
Yeah.
There's a reason, there's a canonical, like in the book, there's a specific reason why Wizardly's Tower has 10 floors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a very specific reason why it has 10 floors.
That's funny because I mean I was just working on some
Yeah.
wizardly art today.
um
I did not know this.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, well, anyway, he's a dick, and and to be able to cast anything on him was fantastic, and I loved that there was consequences with it. And
There
he
was that
fucking
mini
hated it.
victory, and it's very funny.
And he fucking hated it, so it was great. And I didn't get to be conscious for it, but it was still made me feel so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I still like the one where you're trying to help out Vicky and you accidentally yeet yourself into the ceiling.
That was a good
Yeah,
one.
that was great.
Yeah, that spell was you fly
Reverse
up.
gravity, I think.
Yeah, but it was like you fly up into the air as far as you possibly can, as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And thank God I was inside. Because if I was outside, that would have been a death. Because it's as far as you can go. And so it would be like into space. Because you're supposed to hit something. You're supposed to hit like a ceiling or something in order to stop the spell. But yeah, so that was a very fortunate.
Are you having fun, Felix?
Yes, I am.
Yay. Like
What
a
about the
smile.
goo dragon?
What
I was
about the
asking-
goo?
Yeah, what about the goo dragon? What about the goo dragon?
What about the goo dragon?
It's doing its gooey
what about the Goo
things.
Dragon?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a bad gooey dragon. It's not a
He's
good
just swooshing
time.
around.
It's just swooshing around,
Just vibing.
being
He's just,
gooey.
just vibing.
Yeah.
Being all mellow.
No, it is not mellow.
It is not mellow. It's anything but mellow.
anything but
This is the
mellow.
most high-strung creature in my world.
Ah, it's the worst.
That's probably the single creature that can rival Jack for being like anxious and high-strung.
Yeah, but instead it's more murdery and also just like you really don't know what it's gonna do.
Yeah. No, it's a bad time.
Yeah.
Someone suggested we can use the Goo Dragon to revive Sips.
Oh my god. Just wish it, but then it would just take Sips's body, and it's like, okay, cool. Or whoever would actually do the wish or something. That'd be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, it's just like, yeah, it's the biggest problem is the curse that's wrapped around it, like the soul wrapped around it. So it's like, yeah, you gotta deal with that shit. I also like I loved how some people were just like, oh well, at least if Sips dies, his soul can go off, and he can go to the astral plane and be, he can chill the fuck out. And I was like, dude, do you guys remember where the fuck we are? And where souls go? Like, you remember this is Felix's world, right? Like, there's thousands of mechs around here. There is a mech dragon there too. And then I know I tweeted about him. Some people were freaking out and were like, oh, well, then he'll be a mech dragon. I'm like, no, he'll just be used as fuel. And you don't get to choose when he gets used. It might just instantly be gone. There's a whole fucking thing that comes with that. So I thought that was so funny. When people are just like, oh yeah, he'll totally be chill and like he can finally calm down. It's like, no, he's just gonna be used as robot fuel.
You don't get to calm down in Felix's world.
No.
No, it's definitely like, yeah. And the thing is that you don't even know if it goes into the mech dragon. It could go into a raptor. It could go into
any
another
of
thing.
them.
It could go into any of them. It's really like, it's a random, you have no idea. So, yeah, stakes are really high. Stakes are really fucking high.
I like high stakes. It makes it interesting.
Yeah, well,
It pushes people.
Evidently.
Yeah.
And
So
high stakes is what pushes you guys into making, rash decisions, which is when the good shit happens.
or irrational.
Yeah. Or desperate.
Or desperate
Exactly.
decision.
Desperate's good. I like Desperate.
Desperate as sucks. But either way, I know that I've been appreciating all the Sips love. It's been very sweet.
It
I'm
has
glad
been.
I'm glad his character has had impact on people's lives. I like that. Makes me feel good. But it definitely stings more, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely like, yeah, like I'm his player, man. Like, how the fuck do you guys think I felt? I'm the one that was playing him, and I knew, you know, he. I knew that like this whole process, there's a high chance he's not coming back out of it, and I was okay with that. I was okay with it. So we shall see what happens.
Good
We shall
times.
see.
I can't wait for the next episode.
Yep.
Aside from the
Yep.
Vicky episodes, it's probably gonna be my favorite.
All right. If you love the pain and suffering, I think you just love pain and suffering more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know what you like.
Yeah, you sadistic bastard.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is a good moment to call it a day here.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope it didn't lag too hard.
Yeah, sorry for the lag. I don't know what happened. I'll do a bit of research for next time, see if I can improve some things. Otherwise, it might just be roll of the dice today.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm glad you guys could come and hang out and like watch the episode with us. We're still trying to figure out, how that all works. But yeah, I was happy that we were able to show you guys this stuff. I'm just happy I've been able to keep doing this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm on episode 31 now. Like that's insane.
Yep.
Um
Our entire lives have been changed by these videos and everybody who loves them.
Yes.
Yes.
Our lives have changed because of this.
Yes.
Wow, that's
Because of
crazy
you
to say.
guys.
Isn't that insane?
That is really
Yeah.
insane.
Thank
Yeah.
you, everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
And thank you all once again for your donations. That is going straight into the video fund to make some cool, awesome fight scenes.
If we ever get to one.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
also, it doesn't have to be a fight scene, right? It can be another like cool scene like that.
Maybe. It just helps pay for bills, man. I can eat.
Eating is nice.
Eating is good.
It
and
is
that I
second
can
Put the
priority
Wi-Fi
after
on.
fight
Important.
scenes.
No, first priority is Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair. First Wi-Fi, second fight scenes, third food and basic human survival.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
True.
All right, then we're gonna see you guys on the next video or stream.
Yeah. Which next video might be coming out at the end of July. That's what I'm shooting for, but no promises. There's a Gen Con in there, so it's like
Yeah,
no
see you
fucking
guys at
promises.
Gen
Yeah.
Con.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we figure out what to do there,
We'll probably
see,
figure out some kind of signing or something, like a meet and greet.
we'll try.
Yeah, and if you see a Gothi wander running Gen Con, it might be one of us. So
That's true. I will
come
be
say
dressed up as
hi.
Sips. Yeah, I'll be
I will-
dressed up as Sips.
I'll probably be dressed up as Gothi. So
Yeah.
say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Felix, you should dress up as Jack.
I'll definitely think about it.
Yeah. All right.
I'll just buy some
Bye.
cargo shorts, dress up as Zanu.
Put a big old crystal on your head. Done.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
super glue it. Boom, done. I'm already super
Mhm.
ripped, like, so it's totally like accurate.
Oh yeah, so accurate.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right. Bye.
Bye, everyone.